Hello my lovelies, hello. Happy Thursday. I don't normally do it Thursday, do I? But our Sir Jane is still away on holiday. She won't be back till Monday. Well, I think they come back tomorrow, but she's off the weekend as well, so she'll be back in work on Monday. Busy in the shop trying to get ready for her Chanda on the 17th, which is next Thursday. Sarah's going up next Thursday, and then I've got next Monday, Monday. So yeah, getting two shows back to back together is a lot of work. So we've had people in using Daphne today. Marilyn's in using Daphne. Meg's between nail clients, so she's folding fabric for me. So, and I've put my lovely husband is in the shop for me, looking after the till and stuff. So he's over there, so he's all good. So yeah, how are you all? Everybody okay? Everybody who's coming online, let's have a little look and say hello to people. Hi Jean, lovely. Hi everybody, anyone who's on. Hi Karen, hi Sheila. It is a lovely day out. It was really cold this morning, but the sky is really blue now and it's really crisp and clean. It's lovely. Hi Lynn as well. Hi Susie. Ah, thank you Susie. That's the quilt along we're doing that I started last night. We did week 1 yesterday, so this is my Hearts and Stars quilt, so thank you. Hi Jill, hi Nikki. Oh, hello everybody. Fabulous, lots of people coming online. So I've got a couple of very quick things to show you, and then we're going to get straight into the demo. So I'm going to go over to the, you'll catch yourself coming back if you don't, oh, tell me about it. Marilyn just said to me, do you ever stop? I was like, no. Hi Jane, hi Taryn, hello lovely. Right, if I go over to the overhead, we've had a couple of new jelly rolls in. So the first one is called Newport. It's beautiful. Hopefully if I show you this like this, you'll be able to see it. It's all blues and reds. This is a Jackie, for Jackie Bloxham colour range, definitely. Blues and reds and creams. It's really beautiful. It's got this lovely sort of like, I've got a layer cake, but they're going on a Chanda. So I've only got 4 of these. They are an early release. So there's 4 only, and that's it. I have got some layer cakes in it, but they're going on a Chanda, I'm afraid. So I might be able to squeeze a couple of layer cakes actually. I have already put them on the website. It's called Newport. I'm hoping you can see it, but it's just gorgeous. Really beautiful navy, reds and blues and creams. It's a bit like the Mackinac Island or Mackinac, however you pronounce it. So yeah, it's lovely. Susie, how do you join the quilt song? You can just watch last night's, my darling. So the pattern is available. Let me just come over for a second. Pattern's available on the website. You can, I put the cutting instructions onto Facebook, so you don't have to buy the pattern, but it's easier if you do. And then if you go back to last night's 1 o'clock, that's the first week, and we're doing it fortnightly over the next, it's six weeks, but it's fortnightly. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join in. Have a little look at the 7 o'clock, but I'm doing them as evening lives rather than 1 o'clocks, okay? So hi Grace, hi Wendy, hi Carol, lovely. Oh, going out for lunch today, nice. Oh, lovely Jean. Wish I was going out for lunch. Not a chance. And then this one is from the people that do Moody Bloom and Sunshine Soul, for those of you who love it. I've got 6, I think, jelly rolls in it. It's actually a Christmas one. It's called Starflower Christmas, but it's not I don't think it's Christmassy. It's just florals. I suppose that's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of a poinsettia on there, kind of idea, but it's that Moody Bloom loveliness. Look at all those. Oh, I suppose, yeah, look, you have got a slight, well, even though so, it's supposed to be a snowflake, but I'm not sure it's even really snowflakey. You could get away with it being not Christmas. But all the Christmas stuff will start coming in over the next couple of months, because obviously if you're a quilter, you need time to make stuff. So this is called Starflower Christmas. It's from Create Joy Project, which are the Moody Bloom people. I've got, I think, 6 jelly rolls. I think I've got 10 charm packs in, again, because they're early releases, so you guys are getting them before anybody else. So that was all the little newbie stuff, so let's pop that out of the way. And what we're going to do today is, right, this is my prototype. This is not quite how it's going to look when we do this today, but this was my prototype to see if the idea worked. We're going to make, I've changed the shape of him slightly. We are going to make little candy chickens, okay? And the whole idea is they're for Easter, obviously, and you can decorate these how you like, all right? I haven't decorated this one because this was purely, does this work? we're going to make another one now and hopefully it'll work. Got like a really deep envelope back, and I've stuffed it full of mini eggs. So we're going to do a little bit of vinyl on the front, and I've stuffed it full of mini eggs. So rather than, you know, give Easter eggs, which are lots and lots of cardboard packaging, you could buy packs of mini eggs, you know, the big bags of mini eggs, or you could get a Cadbury's cream egg, or not Cadbury's cream egg because they're disgusting, but Galaxy truffle egg, or you could put some like little Lindt chocolates in there, or you could give a gift if you're giving a gift rather than chocolate, if you've got a child or friend who doesn't do chocolate. So so we're going to do a version of this. Like I said, this was just my prototype. Does it work? So I've done a pattern for you, well, a template, because it's not really a pattern, which you can then, both of them are on the website. They're £1. You can do a circular piece in the middle, or I thought you could maybe do a heart if you wanted to. All right, so that's what we're going to have a little go at today. So let's have a little look. Fabulous way to ration mini egg consumption. Oh yeah, you could. I mean, that was a whole mini bag, but you could put a little bit of tissue paper or something in there, I suppose, and then just put a few mini eggs in there. But yeah, he's big enough that you could get a cream egg or something in, and then a few little, or if you're somebody who doesn't eat chocolate, you could put like Haribo or some sort of candy sweets in there, and it's still got that like Eastery spring feel. Okay, we're going to play around with some vinyl. They're quite easy to make as well. So I've done a template. They're on the website under digital downloads, and it is it's £1, and you get both versions. All right, so I've cut him out. First thing to do, cut him out like that. And we need to cut this section out as well. So I'm just going to snip through there, and we want to cut out that circle. Whether it's the circle or the heart, it really doesn't matter. So what's everyone saying? What a fab way, yeah. He's sweet. You like it? Yeah, see, I don't like cream eggs. I can't stand them. Yeah, no. Food of the devil. That's how my husband feels about Marmite. But, however, like a caramel egg, or a Malteser. You could put a Malteser bunny in there, couldn't you? A bunny inside a chicken. You know, Malteser eggs, love those. I love mini eggs. I mean, they're delicious. I've got these ones to go in this one. Galaxy Enchanted eggs. They've got Galaxy chocolate with crunchy caramel rolled in rose gold. We're going to put these in this second one. So, and how you decorate them as well, you can play around with too. You've just arrived at the pub where you're having lunch, so catch up later. Oh, lovely. Have a lovely time, Jean. See you soon. So there's my little pattern done, okay? We're going to use a fat quarter, but I actually think you can get away with a lot less than a fat quarter. You could probably get 2 out of a fat quarter. And we need 3 of him, okay? So I'm going to fold this so that I can do it into thirds, and I'm pretty sure you might even get 3 out of a fat quarter. Just fold this into thirds like that. Okay, I need 3 of him. How many would you get? See, that'll go in there. 1, 2. You might get 2. You might get 2. I'll just make sure that he's going to fit on that side. I get him in. Oh yeah, look, we'll get him in. No problem. Okay, so I didn't interface that first one. I think we should put a little bit of interfacing on it. So now I've kind of folded it. I only want interfacing on the front of him. So I'm going to flip that back like that. And I'm going to put some interfacing on this bit here. So I'm going to just trim that down a weeny bit. There we go. I'm with cream eggs and Jaffa cakes. Oh, no, Jaffa cakes. Sorry, Lynn. Can't agree with you there. Jaffa cakes, favourite. Love Galaxy or Lindt eggs or bunnies. Nice. Yeah, Lindt's my favourite. I'm not really a chocolate girl. I'm really not. I'd much prefer a bag of crisps than a bar of chocolate. But Lindt, Lindor, the little red ones, best chocolate in the world. Okay, so I've got some iron-on interfacing, obviously glue side down, and I'm just going to put this on like 1/3. Basically, so I can cut it all together. I'm being lazy. This way, I haven't got to fiddle around. If I put this on first, I can cut all 3 pieces together and life will be nice and easy. There we go. Okay, cool. Right, let's get that one out of the way. And then we're going to fold this back up. Oh, I don't think my iron was hot enough because I've only just put it on. That interfacing didn't stick. There we go, hang on 2 seconds, let me just melt that glue that side. There we go, that's better. Didn't give it time to adhere properly. Got it. Now you could use any bits of vinyl. We've just had this lovely glitter vinyl in, which I thought was really pretty. It's got like a silver glitter in it. I don't know if it's on the website. I will check for you. Oh, see, Marmite, absolutely favourite thing. Love it. Marmite on toast would be my desert island food. Chocolate and orange shouldn't be mixed even in a sentence. I like that, Lynn. Yeah, it's one of my favourite flavours. Here we go. So we've got this lovely glitter one, which I thought was nice, but we have got the plain one as well. You know, if you didn't want a glittery one, we've got the plain vinyl. You'd get loads. This was 1/4 metre and you'd get loads and loads because we only need a small amount. So, first things first, I'm going to pop our pattern on. I like that. Right, where is it? How far up can I go? About there. So if you're careful, you might get 3 out of a fat 1/4. And we're just going to trace around him. Alright, so I'm just going to trace around him all the way around like that. And we're going to do a little bit of like reverse applique to do the window. Just because I thought that was a nice little technique. It gives a nice neat edge. And actually it's not as difficult as people think it is. Oh, there we go. Just draw around quite roughly. You could play around with these. You know, once you've done one of these, you know, turn this template, I know, into a bunny or something. You know, you could do anything as long as it's a flat shape. And we also want to just draw around that centre section as well, like that. Okay, and we're going to cut him out. Don't cut out this bit though. All right, we're just going to cut out around the outside. So, talk to me, ladies, while I'm cutting out. I'm just getting rid of that bit. You agree about chocolate orange? Oh, isn't that funny? See, chocolate orange is one of my... It'd help if I wasn't messing it all up, wouldn't it? Chocolate orange is one of my favourite flavourings. Hang on, I haven't quite got that right there. See, this is because I'm being lazy. I'm actually making it harder work for myself. Should have just cut round 3, shouldn't I? Drawn round 3 and cut them separately, but I was like, no, I'll do it all together. There we go. I don't know even if I'm in the right place for you guys. So, there we go. Yeah, no, lint, chocolate of choice would be Lindt. I do like Easter egg chocolate. What is it about Easter egg chocolate? It's so much nicer than normal chocolate. Sarah's got this very strange habit. She gets like Tangtastics, you know, the really sour sweets, and she mixes them up with like galaxy buttons and eats them together like that. I can't deal with that. My brain would explode. It would explode, and yet she loves it. But yeah, absolutely explode, that would. There we go. There we go. Just cutting around. Oh, making a bit of a mess of this, guys. It's because I'm trying to hold it at an angle so that you guys can see as well. There we go. Nearly there. I'm just going to trim off around that bit and we're done. Okie doke. There we go. We've got 3. Okay. So we've got one that's got the interfacing on it and then 2 others. Alright, like that. I'm going to put the other 2, they're going to make the back later, okay, but we're going to start with the top one. What we want to do first of all is just line that back up and just mark round that centre bit there, okay? And then we need a little bit of spare fabric. Chocolate with mint, orange or mint is madness. Wow, I'm learning all this stuff about you today, all you guys. What we want is a little rectangle of fabric that is bigger than that circle. So the circle, well, oval, it's measuring 3 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little rectangle that's about 4 1/2, and it's measuring 2 1/2 that way, 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to leave the salvage on because you're not going to see any of it. So I'm going to cut 4 1/2. Did I say 4 1/2? Yes, I did. 4 1/2 that way. In fact, I'm just going to leave it like that. It doesn't even need to be trimmed down because it's all going to be cut away anyway. On the wrong side of this, you want to draw in the centre again your circle. Now, we've done this method before with lots of different things, with the pie crust cushions. We did a reverse applique circles. We did it this way as well. And that's basically what we're doing. We're going to make a window for the vinyl. Okay. And grab yourself a pin, and I want to centre this up over those guidelines. So pop your pin through like that, and then find the line there. Okay, push that through, and then we're going to lie it down And then we're going to pop another pin in there, push that through. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm going to put edge of that circle with that one there. I'm just trying to get it roughly in the right place, okay? It doesn't matter if it's not exact, it's just roughly in the centre of that little chick, okay? We're going to stitch all the way round on that drawn line, all right? So we're going to pop over here. I think you've missed your comment. Sorry, I probably have. Oh, hang on. I'm getting all caught up in my wires. I have, my darling. I did miss it. You've just had your new all-singing sewing machine early birthday present from your mum. Oh, that's amazing. What did you get? Tell us all about it. New sewing machines are always exciting. So, I'm just going to use my normal foot as well rather than my 1/4 inch. Much easier. Let's have that out. Sorry, I came over in a real rush because Phil sort of came over to look after the shop for me and I wasn't quite set up. Chocolate and salted caramel or coffee, toffee yummy, and yet they always... You don't like any fruity centres? No, I don't like fruity liqueurs either. No, I'm with you there. So all I'm going to do is stitch around this circle. I'm going to drop my stitch length down to 2, okay? I want a really nice, neat little stitch with this, okay? So... just go slow and steady and stitch around that drawn line. Sort of slow it down. If you need to stop and pivot, do that, okay? As you go around the sort of tighter bit. There we go. All around. Let's get rid of that pin. Oh, that's very exciting, Leslie. What machine did you have? Tell us. Nice. Are you there? So I'm just going all the way around the drawn line. There we go. Around again, nearly there. Back to the beginning. There we go. And then just lock off my stitch. There we go. Fabulous. Okay, so all the way round. So we're going to come back over to the overhead now with all my mess. Let's just get rid of... Let's move some of this out of the way. There we go. And what we want to do now is we want to cut out this centre bit, okay? So be brave, get your scissors in there, like that. And we're going to cut out, we're going to go to about 1/8 of an inch from the stitches, okay? Don't go too close to your stitches, don't cut your stitches, but we're cutting out that centre section. So this is a bit like, what did we make the other day with, when we did the hobo bag, boho bag. We did the pocket, the envelope pocket, or letterbox pocket, wasn't it? It's the same sort of method as that. So we've cut all the way around and just clip carefully. Again, don't clip your stitches into those curves, just a weeny bit. I'm doing this quite quickly, but take your time and get a nice, quite a few cuts in there. The more you kind of clip it, the better this will go through. Are you all still with me so far? Everybody there? Everybody okay? There we go. Okay. Next thing we want to do is this little spare piece of fabric, we're going to push it through to the back. So we're going to shove all this through like that. Through to the back. Come on. Pull it through. Pull it through all the way like that. Okay, and then we're going to iron this, but I like to give it a really good finger press to get that nice and pulled through first before I iron it. I just find it helps if I give it, particularly with my nail. Meg, don't look. Using my nails as tools. Tools not jewels. Jewels not tools, she always says with my nails. And then wonders why I break them. Okay, like that. So I've pulled that through and you've got that nice opening on the front. Okay. So now give it a good iron. It's a Janome with a digital spray and 100 stitches, a huge difference from your old manual machine. You need to read the instructions, not good at doing things like that. Oh yeah, definitely read your manuals. It's really worth it. Get yourself a cup of tea, settle down with some chocolate, since we're talking about chocolate today, and have a good read of your manual. Just, see what your machine does. So I'm just giving this a little pull as I iron it, and it just pulls that seam through to the back. Okay, so now he's got a big hole in his belly like that. Oh, you enjoy that, Leslie. I'm sure you're going to have lots and lots of fun on it. So you've pulled that through to the back, okay? Don't worry about all this excess. We're going to cut all that off in a moment. Then you want a little piece of vinyl, and it just needs to be bigger than the square, than the circle, okay? So I'm going to be overly generous. Cut a piece off like that. You can see that was 1/4 metre, and I've used that much, you know. So I don't know. You might have something at home that you could use instead of vinyl, maybe. I don't know. So, that's going to sit on the back like that, okay? Now, you can pin this if you want, but don't pin in the vinyl bit there, okay? You have to pin on the sides, because if you put a pin in the vinyl there, it can rip, and then you've just ruined all your good work. So, there we go. Instructions are there for good reason, but no substitute for practice. That is true. That is true. Sometimes it's good just to get on there and have a good play, but so many people say, oh, I didn't know my machine did that. And you're like, have a look at your manual. It'll tell you in your manual. There we go. So we're going to top stitch all the way round now, about 1/8 of an inch away. So back over here. Now you could do a really pretty stitch here if you wanted to put some extra decoration. I'm just going to go for a plain top stitch to start with. All right, so round we go. And I'm just trying to keep the edge here right against that little edge there, that little perspex edge, so that my top stitch is nice and neat. And I'm stopping and turning as I go. So I've got chunkier boots on today, and they're less sensitive for me to actually use the foot pedal. There we go, getting there now. All the way around we go. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Lynn, actually. Yeah, YouTube your model. There's bound to be somebody out there that's done a load of demonstrations. It's a really good point. Okay, nearly there, nearly all the way around. Okay, like that, and then chop off. Okay, and then I'm going to go back over to the overhead, and that piece of vinyl's now attached. So we're going to take those pins out. And what we're going to do now is we're going to trim off all this excess. So just be careful here that you don't catch your actual chick body. Okay, so push him out of the way, and I'm just going to trim him off. You don't need to, what's that, about 1/2 inch away? Just so as long as it's not showing from the front. So I've got my scissors like in between. You just want it to be within the chick's body. Like that. Okay, so I've just trimmed off that excess. I'm just going to get rid of those threads there and that one there. Okay. Oh, my top stitching didn't line. Oh, well, never mind. All done like that. Now, if you want to decorate his face, you want to do it at this point. Okay. Now, I just did I would do some little back stitch. I'm not going to do that now, guys, because of time element, etc., etc. But let me see if I've just got I mean, if you're doing these quickly, I'll just use a Friction for now, but I would draw the little elements on, and I would back stitch his eyes, and you could just back stitch around his beak, or you could do a little piece. In fact, actually, we could do the little beak, couldn't we? Let's just do a little beak. Now, if I cut off a triangle like that, I'm making this up now, guys, so what do I want? I just want a little triangular beak, don't I? Right there. It's a little bit deep. Let me just give him a beak. So it's a little bit of felt, but I suppose this could be, there we go. I'm just going to top stitch him on quickly, and then I can do his eyes afterwards. And then all I would do is just draw his eyes in, and then just back stitch it with some embroidery thread. You know, you could give him googly eyes if you've got some of those like little safety googly eyes, I suppose, or some buttons. Black buttons would work. You know, I'll do that, but all I'm going to do is just very quickly top stitch down his beak. I just want to make that weeny bit smaller, that side. I'm being fussy now, aren't I? There you go, that's better, like that. I'm going to top stitch that on. Cool, I could try one of your new stitches, absolutely. Try one of those pretty like decorative stitches. So I'm just going to very quickly. You could use a bit of fabric glue if you didn't want to top stitch the beacon, couldn't you? Just use a really nice textile glue, like the hemline one we've used before. There we go. I maybe wouldn't do it in white, I'd maybe do it in a coordinating colour, but I'm not going to change the thread just for this bit now. But nice, yeah, but nice I think would work really nicely actually. If you didn't want to have to do like any embroidery as such. There we go, one more stitch there, and then bring it back round like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. I won't worry about his eyes now, but like I said, you could just use a black Sharpie. Just put use a black Sharpie, a permanent marker of some sort, you know, to do his eyes in if you wanted. That's your front all done, okay? Decorate him up as much as you like. You could add rick-rack and stuff around if you wanted to. You could, decorate him up, put somebody's name on it, or initial or something up here, however you want, okay? I'm going to just stick simple for now, but play around with it. Now you want your 2 backs, okay? Now what you want them to be is you need them to be about 3/4 the size. So what I mean by that is we're going to make an envelope back with this. So one of them I'm going to chop off the top, and the other one I'm going to chop off the bottom, like that, okay? I'm going to grab I would if I could find my rotary cutter. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay. So all I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to chop off about 2.5 inches from the top. There we go, like that. So actually if I fold him and just give myself a central line, then I know I can use that on my ruler then. There we go, there's my central line to follow. So about 2.5 inches, which is there. Make that line go down like that so that I know I'm chopping off the right amount. Actually, go 2 inches. When I did the prototype, I literally just chopped it. And I made this one slightly bigger because the other one was too small a bum. So let's go 2 inches. I think that's about right by the time we've hemmed. Yeah, 2 inches. So that one's 2 inches off the top. So I've chopped off his head. And this one, I'm going to chop off his bottom. So I'm going to go that's the head, so I'm going to go 2 inches from the bottom. And again, just fold like that. And 2 inches, lining up along that fold so it's nice and straight. Like that. Okay? So you've got 2 pieces that look like that. We're going to do just a little hem. Just put a little single, you could just do a single fold, you could do a double one if you wanted to, but I'm just going to put a single fold just to stop any raw edges. There we go, like that. Remember, this is just an elaborate gift bag, really, like that. So we're going to do that. Although they'd be really good if you were going to do like an Easter egg hunt with your kids or your grandkids, wouldn't they? It'd be really funky for that. You could hide sweets in them and then hide them around the garden and stuff. So they've got to look for how many chickens they can get. So I'm going to just iron that over like that. And the same here. Like that. And then I'm just going to top stitch that down just so I've got a nice neat edge. Ah, you're welcome, Janice. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to go along here, pop that down like that, and whip down, just do a little, again, you could put a little decorative stitch on if you wanted to, on the top, like the head piece, because that's the bit that's going to be showing. There we go, and whip down that one. Okay, nearly done. So just chop those apart. Back over here. Ooh, oh, getting all tangled up with stuff. Hang on, guys. Sorry. It's because I moved the table last night. All right. So now we're going to layer all this up with this one. Okay. Flip him over. Now you want to put the bottom on first. First thing I'm going to do is just, with that hem just folds over, just get rid of those bits there. Like that. Just thinking about it, you could do these all in felt, couldn't you? And then you wouldn't have to worry about hemming anything. You could do the whole thing in felt if you wanted. Great pattern, would be great for Halloween as a white ghost. Ooh, yeah, you could make him ghosty, couldn't you? Yeah, absolutely. You could maybe just like make it more sort of skirt-like down here. And you could put, oh, that's a fab idea, Grace. I love that. Oh, I might nick that one. So this one you're going to line up at the bottom like that. So you're going to put that one down first, bottom first, and then head second. So the head goes on like that. Okay, and this is the reason that I cut them out together, because they should fit, which they do. There's no variations in the cutting. Stick some pins in. Okay, so one there. I could fill it with white chocolate buttons, couldn't I, for my little sausage, for little Jonah, because he's probably not going to be allowed a whole Easter egg, because everybody's going to want to buy him Easter eggs. Or I could fill it with some, I don't know, banana chips or something. He likes those little smoothie melts. Okay, so you can see now that that's all like that. That's all like that. So the bottom went down first, top on, and I'm going to stitch around the whole thing. Okay, we're not going to turn it inside out or anything. We're going to pink and shear the edges. So I'm just going to stitch around the whole thing. What about a snowman shape instead of a cracker? Oh yes, yeah, great for children to give as teacher gifts. Yes, that's a really lovely idea. Yeah, brilliant. Yes, they'd make fab snowmen, wouldn't they? You could put gold coins, like chocolate gold coins in them. So, oh, I love it. You guys have been really inventive. Just, take the idea and run with it. There we go. So I'm going to, again, I'm going to do edge, not quite edge of foot. Okay, actually edge of foot would work best, I think. Because I've changed the shape, I'm kind of second guessing myself. Yeah, edge of foot, because I've got to pink and shear it. So, edge of foot there, which is about 3/8 of an inch, and we're going to stitch all the way round. Okay, so take your time with this and get that shape right. Okay, so we're going to go round his wing, and I'm really concentrating on keeping this fabric right on the edge there. Not concentrating as much as I ever concentrate on anything. And there we go. Take a little stitch there to get me round the corner. There we go. And stop and pivot a weeny bit. Don't be afraid to stop and pivot. If you've got a needle down function, it'll make everything so much neater if you just take that time to do it. There we go. Round we go. So what else is there? Put a hat on and you could be a Christmas pixie. Oh yeah, you could change the size, like the shape of his head. I mean, once you've got the template, draw into the template and make whatever you like, guys. It's this thing was really about the technique of doing the vinyl and all. I will make sure. I'm not sure if the glitter vinyl is on the website, but as soon as I get back to the shop, I will double check and pop a link up if it is. But we've definitely got I know the plain vinyl, just the plain clear vinyl is on there. You can get all sorts of pretty printed vinyls as well. Yeah, Christmas robin, yeah, that would be cute too. Oh yeah, little fat robin. You could applique a red breast onto the front, couldn't you? And then cut through that. That would be cute. There you go. Or use a red vinyl. Just use the same shape but make him a red vinyl. Do him in brown and a red vinyl. There we go, all the way round. How much are the magic pins, please? These ones that I'm using, I can't remember off the top of my head. I've got a feeling they're about £12. They're not cheap, but I love them. I use them all the time. They are on our website though, Mandy. Have a little look, and when I get back, I'll drop a link for you, okay, on your comments. Got a feeling they're about 12 quid, something like that. Right, pins out, and then I want me trusty old pinking shears. Okay, and we're just going to trim around the edge, I think it gives them a little bit of, almost like feathery look, doesn't it? Okay, just be obviously careful you're not going on your stitches, but it also will stop any fraying. It looks like doing it from the front was deliberate then. I suppose you could play around with doing this, doing it and then turning it through the gap at the back if you wanted to, but I was like, do you know what? Life needs to be short and sweet sometimes, doesn't it? You need the easy option. So pinking shears it is. Magic pins the best. You never use anything else. Yeah, absolutely. I love my magic pins. They're fantastic. They're strong but fine. So they really do go smoothly into the fabric. They're not too long, so you don't stab yourself too much. Oh yeah, I love them. Absolutely love them. There we go. So let me just trim off that little end there. Oh, excuse me. And he's done. Okay, if I'd, you know, back stitched, you know, embroidered his eyes on. Can you, oh, sorry. I just did all the way around that and you didn't see it, did you? I used my pinking shears and just went all the way around, guys. Okay, so you can see my top stitches there and I literally just pink and sheared all that. Sorry about that, guys. Are they also called applique pins? Applique pins are something different again. Actually, give me a second and I can probably show you. Let me see if I've got some. So, magic pins are these ones. Okay, they've got their heat. You can iron over them as well. You can leave them in and these don't melt. You know, like some of the flower head pins melt. And then applique pins, right, let me see if I do this. Can you see how small that is? So there's a magic pin, okay. There's like a standard pin, like that. And then there's a flower head, okay. So a flower head are really long and they are useful at times. That's just a standard glass head pin, that one there. That's the magic pins, which are about the same length, but they've also got like a ridged thing here, so they're really good. They grip well. And then that's an applique pin. Okay, can you see how diddy and tiny that is? These I love for applique, especially if I'm doing needle turn, but also if you're doing toy making and you've got like curves and all you've got to go around, applique pins are brilliant for that. Sarah swears by them. She does a lot more toy making than I do. She swears by them. Could you just stick the vinyl to the material if you were doing with children? Yes, if you had a good fabric glue, you could. Yeah, I don't see why not. You could. Yeah, try it, Sonia. I don't see why not. I've never stuck vinyl, so I don't know I don't know for 100%, but you could try it. Anyway, he's done. So I get to open my Galaxy Enchanted eggs. Oh, look at those. They're all pretty rose gold ones. And then you can just open up the back and pop your eggs in. You could put, I suppose, a little bit of tissue paper in the bottom or something first to stuff him, you know, but I can fill him up with some eggs like that. Oh, well, that's probably not enough. I might keep those for me. But you've got your little eggs in there and they're all safe in there because you've got that really nice deep pocket. Okay, so, you know, you can turn them upside down and they're not, oh, they do fall out. Maybe you could put a bit of Velcro on, but then I suppose you're not going to throw them around too much, are they? Oh, get in there. I suppose you could put a little bit of tissue on the top of them, which would stuff his body, but carrying them that way, they're not going to fall out. The right way. Oh, flappy chickens. Hang on, let me come over here. Here we go. Flappy chickens. So yeah, they won't fall out that way. They will fall out if you, yeah, turn them upside down. Yeah, cam snap on the back, a little bit of Velcro, just to close that there if you wanted to. But actually, if you were putting that in, giving that as a present, I don't think you really need to worry too much. But yeah, so that's little candy chicks. Just a cute little idea for you to do for Christmas. Christmas? Easter, even. These ones I'm going to be eating. Use a red line double-side tape for vinyl to fabric for kids. Not to be ironed or washable there. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you know the lots of people use it for card making. It's the red tape. It's double-sided tape. It's got red on it, and it's got a red covering. What do I mean? Yeah, covering that stuff. Yeah, fab. Thanks, Susie. Give it a go, Sonia, and see what happens. But yeah, so you've got little chicks. So you can see that was my original prototype, and then I redrew the pattern because I wanted him to have a bigger bum. You know. Although you could mix them, you know, depends on how generous you. Oh, I am chucking them everywhere. Ha! That one's for me. Remember the rabbit bags last year? Oh yeah, we did. We did those little drawstring bags, didn't we? With the rabbit ears. That again you could fill, so you could do those instead, you know, as well. Go back on our YouTube; they're definitely on there. But yeah, you could. I suppose you could, if you chopped off those bits and then added some ears. You could make him into a rabbit instead, and this would be like his nose. You could like embroider with some whiskers, you know, so play around with the idea. It's really simple. It's basically a little pocket with a vinyl thing. Play around with it. So that's me done for today. I'm going to leave you because I've got a chocolate egg in my mouth. I've got to try and talk. And I've got to go and relieve my husband from the shop, bless him, because he's been looking after it for me. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Leslie, enjoy your new sewing machine. What about a flower shape for Mother and Sunday or Get Well? Beautiful idea. Yeah, absolutely, Susie. Play around with them. You know, it's a pocket with a vinyl opening. envelope back, play around with the initial shape. But like I said, I've put the template on our website. I'm sorry, I've got chocolate in my mouth. That was really naughty of me, wasn't it? But templates on the website. Have an amazing weekend. I will be back Tuesday next week. And yeah, see you Tuesday. Keep an eye on the website. There's loads of new stuff gone into the clearance section. There's all these new ones gone on. And you know what we're like. We're always putting extra links and things on. So take care. Have a lush weekend, guys. Bye.